Happy December, everyone! Today is Monday, the 3rd of December, and I'm your host, Brian Jew. Welcome to The Drive-In, the show where we discuss movies and play the best music from the films and TV shows that we love. You know what? Actually, I'm going to start off the show by saying I'm so tired today because I literally just flew in from Malaysia. It was a great experience, but I didn't want to miss out. I wanted to be here live for you guys. I didn't want to pre-record or have another MC fill me in. I wanted to actually be here for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. And the moment I got off the plane, I realized it's so cold. It's so cold. Coming from a place that's really humid and warm and coming back to Korea, you realize how cold it is. And I heard later this week it's going to actually snow. Apparently over the weekend it did snow a little bit, but then it's going to snow again this week. So please, if you're driving, be very careful. And if you're riding a scooter or a motorbike, make sure that you are very safe. I prefer you take the public transportation, taxis, subways. Try to refrain from going on a two-wheel vehicle, please. But speaking of ice and snow, what does that kind of weather remind us of? Yes, Christmas! Okay, we can't be a little too crazy about that, and we don't want to be PC here. So let's also remind you that Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Seollal, pretty much all these winter holidays are coming up soon. So over the next few weeks, we here at The Drive-In will help you to get into the holiday spirit. So be sure to tune in for lots of discussions about holiday movies. And of course, we'll listen to some holiday music from films themselves. So today's first song is not from a holiday movie, but it is from a great animated martial arts film released in 2008. And I'm talking about Kung Fu Panda, which featured the voices of Jack Black, Dustin Hoffman, Angelina Jolie, Lucy Liu. Oh my gosh, so many names, so many other great actors as well. And you know what I love about this movie? This part exactly. Everybody was kung fu fighting. That's the song we're gonna listen to right now. Here's Kung Fu Fighting from the Kung Fu Panda original soundtrack. Hiya! That was Kung Fu Fighting from the Kung Fu Panda original soundtrack. And for those of you who didn't know, that version was sung by Korea's very own K-pop sensation himself, Rain. Yes, that was Rain. And I know it was a big issue when this single came out because it was probably the first K-pop singer ever to do an American original soundtrack. So big ups to Rain. He's in the military right now working his butt off. So great version of his Kung Fu Fighting. And then right now, we want to let you know how to get in contact with us here at TBS efm 101.3. You can just simply call us at the studio at 027781013. Send us a text at #1013 for a charge of 51. Or email us at efmdrivein@gmail.com or send us a tweet at efmdrivein. And remember, you have to request songs from movies or TV shows. And also, we want to urge you guys to recommend Scene of the Days. Because right now, Scene of the Day is coming up. But if you guys have any recommendations, please send them. Or just a shout out. Shout out to mean a lot to us here at The Drive-In. So now it's time for the Scene of the Day. Yes, it's time for the Scene of the Day. And right now it's December, and as I mentioned earlier, because it's December, it's getting cold outside, I'm in that holiday spirit. First, we probably aren't gonna do Christmas movies every day, but as it gets closer to Christmas, you can probably expect more scenes of the day to be movies related to the holidays. And I'm gonna start off today with one of the funniest holiday movies ever. Yes, this movie was released in 1990. It had 2 robbers, an almost empty house, an 8-year-old kid, an old man, booby traps. It was just crazy. Yes, and I'm talking about Home Alone. I know everybody knows this movie because this movie is played throughout the holiday season. I think they start playing this movie around Thanksgiving till Christmas. It's always on the cable channels. It's on repeat. And Home Alone starred Macaulay Culkin as Kevin, a kid who was left alone in Chicago in his suburban home when his family goes on vacation. They forget to take their son on vacation with them. He gets stuck at home, literally. And burglars are trying to rob the neighborhood, and they want to rob Kevin's house, so Kevin decides to take the man and defend his house. And in the scene, Kevin orders a pizza, but he's not allowed to talk to strangers. When the pizza man comes to the door, Kevin gets the idea to play his favorite 1930s gangster movie in his VCR. For those of you listening right now, don't know what a VCR is? This is what we had before DVD players came out. Yes, not a VCR player, but you guys probably are more familiar with DVD players. Anyways, with his remote control, he can fast forward, rewind the movie wherever he wants to make the pizza guy think that there's another, ruthless gangster in the house. And it's actually coming from Kevin's VCR. So let's have a listen.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
Wow. You know what? If you think about it, that's a whole messed up scene. That you're playing with this delivery dude's mind by thinking there's a gangster in the house and, shots being fired and everything. That's messed up, Kevin. You don't need to scare the dude. He's just trying to deliver a pizza. Anyway, one thing I remembered or wondered about the scene is how Kevin knows exactly when to stop, rewind, fast forward, play. You know what? It's hard to time things like that, but that's I guess that's movie magic. And it only happens in Hollywood. It wouldn't happen in real life. If it happens in real life and you guys know of a real situation, please let us know here at the drive-in so you can prove to us this really happened in real life. Anyway, Macaulay Culkin is probably best known for this role, and it made him a huge star overnight because of this movie. And he later appeared in My Girl, Home Alone Part 2, The Good Son, Richie Rich, and he had a guest appearance on Michael Jackson's Black or White video. Do you remember him rapping? I forget the lyrics. I was about to attempt to rap, but I forgot the lyrics. Anyway, but sadly, he's not doing much these days as an adult. You haven't seen him on TV, haven't heard from him. I mean, for a while he was dating Mila Kunis, beautiful Mila Kunis, and she's a great actress. And once she became super famous, they broke up. I think that's kind of messed up that if the reason why they broke up is because she's more famous than him, then that's messed up. But if you guys have your own reasons, of course, but I'm saying it's just sad to hear about child stars not being able to recapture their stardom as adults. But, there's not that many Drew Barrymores in the world. And for every Drew Barrymore, there's 100 Macaulay Culkins, it seems. But on a more cheesy note, this movie did take place during the Christmas season. So let's take a great Christmas song from this film. And this is Irving Berlin with White Christmas from the Home Alone original soundtrack. Once again, that was Irving Berlin with White Christmas from the Home Alone original soundtrack. As the song was playing, I was remembering the scene from this movie. Is when Macaulay Culkin's putting an aftershave on and he burns his skin. He's like, ah! That's one of the highlights in the movie. Other than the burglar scene, whatever. But, what a throwback. And since we're playing this song and it's cold outside, it really feels like Christmas. When I was in Malaysia, they had Christmas ornaments and decorations up at the malls and stuff. But the hot and humid weather didn't make it feel like Christmas at all. So being back in Korea feels great to be around this Christmas vibe. Anyways, I want to take the time out to read some Twitter comments right now. We have from 8 May Ann. She wrote, wow, are you on? You're so perky, smiley. Aren't you tired? But glad to hear you're hilarious. Self, give me some of your energy. My energy, I can't really send it to you because I can't put it in a box. But the best thing is drink lots and lots of coffee. For me, I don't drink coffee that much, but for other people, the caffeine will wake you up in the morning. We have one from Serena Chong, who was also in Malaysia. I saw her. She came to my show. She actually hung out with me at the airport before I got on my flight. She wrote, good morning. Hope you have a good rest on flight last night. Time to tune to listen to your sexy voice again. Well, thank you for thinking my voice is sexy. I don't think my voice sounds sexy. I think my voice sounds very soothing and subtle and inviting. Also, we have one from Brian Ju Canada. Sure, Brian G Music EFM driving. Eugene is huge. B fighting as well. Kiki love Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Dances along. Also, we want to read one more. This is one from Jade J Yam. She wrote, you're too awesome, Brian. You must take care of your health too. Have a smooth live show. EFM driving. God bless you, B. Thank you very much, Jade. And thank you for tuning in. And right now, I want to introduce a song for you guys. This is requested by 4675. 4675 requested this song, and it's a great song from a great movie. This movie actually came out in 2000, and it's Billy Elliot. Originally was a musical, though. And it's an interesting film about a young boy in the UK who's being raised by a single dad. And his father and brother working in the coal mine, which is kind of a macho job, dudes, dirt, all that testosterone. Anyway, the boy just isn't that good at what people at the time considered manly activities. He's not doing well in boxing class and decides to transfer into a ballet class, which is all girls. So it's weird back then. Interestingly, he seems to be naturally good at dancing, which causes his dad and brother to re-examine masculinity as they struggle to support his newfound talent. You know what, parents? You have to understand that dancing is a masculine thing as well. So everyone, ballet is for men too, so stop stereotyping, alrighty? And also, if you ever go to see this musical, I met the boy who played the original Broadway version, Kirill Kulish. Me and him did a musical in LA. Yes, I just wanted to put that out there. Random, information. Anyway, this is from the movie Billy Elliot, and this is Shout to the Top by the Style Council. Check it out. That was Shout to the Top by the Style Council by the Billy Elliot OST, or from the OST. Right now I want to talk about another song request, and this is from a lady who was in Malaysia with me. She's actually from Thailand, but she came all the way to Malaysia to watch me and my band Third Wave perform. And this is from Ong Ni. Ong Ni requested this song. And it's from the High School Musical soundtrack. The film was released in 2006 and starred Zac Efron, who girls love, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale. And the film is about two friends who accidentally try out for the school musical and ended up getting lead parts. But the drama clique is unhappy about this. So here's Breaking Free from the High School Musical original soundtrack, requested by Ong Ni. Check it out. Welcome back to The Drive-In, and it's time for Action Mondays with Mike Jones. And you can follow him on Twitter at 7ethics. Yes, follow him and ask him about action movies.
Do it.
Do it right now. Follow him.
Ow.
Tweet him.
Yeah.
Tweet it. Well, actually, don't tweet him right now because he's on air with me.
Right, and actually, I left my phone outside, so I can't retweet you back
yes.
or anything like that.
Yes, he's not up to par with all the electronics. Usually people who love electronics keep them on them 24/7.
Well, I generally do. It's just I realize right now that I forgot it out there, and maybe
yes,
during
you're
the
not
song I'll go grab it or something. I'm not. I'm feeling a little tired, man. It's I guess it's
Mondays
the weather.
Does that. The weather, the whole Monday start of the week thing.
I'm feeling jealous.
Why are you jealous?
You were down in like spicy hot Malaysia.
But I mean, it's not like I did much like fun stuff. I mean, I did have
fun
working,
yeah.
But I did it for a good cause. But I mean, I didn't have a lot of free time. So
you didn't get to go like hang out in the sun and
not really
soak it up.
I was mostly in a building.
Oh.
Yes.
On a building on a stage.
Yes.
That sounds pretty fun.
It is fun. The stage is like my second home.
Well, there you go. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you very much.
Yep. We're here, Action Mondays.
Yes.
Back talk. We've actually got a special movie today. It was actually requested by someone.
I heard this. I heard about we're taking requests for action films and also scene of the day. Everything. We're taking requests for anything.
Requests for all. Can't promise that we'll get it done for you, but we can definitely try our best.
Exactly.
And today's movie was requested by a gentleman by the name of Moonsu, I believe. Mr. Moonsu.
Yes.
And the movie was Last Action Hero.
That's a great movie.
Have you seen this?
Of course I saw it.
Okay, good. Because, I want to be able to have lots of conversation about it. It was, I've seen it twice. I saw it once when it first came out in the theater.
Okay.
1993. I was
okay.
younger. And
we were all younger.
Right. And I watched it again in preparation for this review. And, I just want to say that whatever I review on this show, if somebody requests something and I happen to say something a little bit negative about the movie, it certainly doesn't mean that I dislike your taste in music or movies, or I just dislike the person. It's my own opinion, and frankly, Last Action Hero is a real tough one for me.
You didn't like it?
There's some funny parts in it, but man, it's just I don't understand.
All right, when you first saw it in 1993.
No, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it back then either?
When I was 1993, I just graduated from high school, and I never walked out of movies, and I almost walked out of this movie.
All right, then you and I have a different opinion on this film.
On this film, we definitely have a different opinion. Yes.
I didn't think it was the greatest film, but I thought it was creative that you took a film from a guy in a movie and he comes to real life to this little boy.
Yep.
I think that's a cool idea.
Looking at it now, I did have a bit more appreciation for that. I kind of understood what they were trying to do.
I'm pretty sure if I saw it again now,
right,
I'd probably agree with you. Like, oh, this is cheesy, but
it's actually because I had forgotten that it was a movie inside of a movie. If you haven't seen the movie, real briefly, it's a story about a young guy named Danny who he just loves to watch action movies. His favorite action movie character is a guy named Jack Slater, who's actually played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Now Danny loves Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like here's the kind of weird thing. It's actually I don't know if I can make it make sense over radio, but the movie is about a boy who likes an action hero who's actually played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's a movie within a movie.
Of course.
Right. And it's like, I'm struggling trying to make this make sense. A movie's difficult if you can't even make it make sense to people when you're saying, so what's a movie about? Well, it's a movie about a movie that happens in a movie. It's confusing.
When you first see it, I guess it's confusing if you're trying to get the storyline down and see the whole synopsis about it.
Right.
But the creativity about a boy who looks up to the superhero in a film. It's like me growing up reading like comic books and seeing Spider-Man. All of a sudden, Spider-Man one day wakes up in my room.
Right.
He doesn't know he's Spider-Man.
Right.
But it's like Peter Parker saying, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man. I didn't know that."
Right.
I know what you mean, but it's just the whole concept was kind of cool.
And like I said, I can kind of agree with that. You know what basically happens is Danny, this young boy, gets a magic ticket, and he's sitting there watching the latest. He goes into a theater and he watches the latest Jack Slater movie, and Danny is magically whisked into the movie reality.
That'd be cool.
It is kind of cool. So he kind of like all of a sudden he's watching the movie and all of a sudden he's in Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jack Slater's backseat of his car while Jack Slater's trying to outrun some bad guys and having this shootout. And it ends up, what I really did like is there's some great humor in the movie. There's some really funny situations where Danny is trying to prove to Jack Slater that Jack Slater's actually Arnold Schwarzenegger. But here's the funny thing is that he doesn't know that he is. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't know that he's Jack Slater, Jack Slater doesn't know that he's actually Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Danny keeps trying to convince him. He's like, dude, you're in a movie. This is a movie. We're in a movie. And Jack Slater's like, no, we're not. We're not in a movie. And so Danny takes Arnold Schwarzenegger's character to the video store to try and find, some of Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies. And of course, there are no movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And in fact, it's funny because Arnold Schwarzenegger's trying to pronounce his own name and he can't. He keeps messing up his own name. And there's this one scene where you see this cardboard cutout of Terminator 2, which at the time of the movie was roughly, it came out roughly the same time as Last Action Hero, Terminator 2. And you see, instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger on a motorcycle with a shotgun, you see Sylvester Stallone has replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger in this magical world.
Oh, I forgot he was in this movie.
Yes. Well, you just see his face in the movie for in the advertisement for Terminator, because Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't exist in the movie world.
Okay, so if you had a choice to go into a movie magically,
what
movie would you go into?
Oh,
see, I stumped you.
No, this is really good. Actually, now I never.
Now it gets interesting.
Now it gets interesting. I can't choose one, Brian. If it were a modern movie today, I would probably. I think I'd want to. I don't know. I think I'd want to hang out with Iron Man because I'd really like to hang out with Pepper.
But if you go
Potts.
into a movie like Iron Man, he's already dating Pepper Potts.
Oh, that's right.
So that means you'd have to be fighting Iron Man. So you'd be the villain.
True. That would be. Yeah, I'd be kind of the heart romance villain.
Yes.
I don't think I could compete with Robert
Mike
Downey
Jones.
Jr.
What's your superpower be? I am Mike Jones, and I will talk about movies to you.
My superpower would be ultimate brain power.
Ultimate brain power.
I don't even know what that means, but
that's like
would be.
No, that's like Dr. Xavier.
Exactly. The X-Men
That's already
guy.
existing.
Okay.
That you can't take a power that already exists.
What would your power be?
My power?
Yes.
I'll let you know after this song.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is Def Leppard, 2 Steps Behind from the Last Action Hero original soundtrack. That was Def Leppard with 2 Steps Behind from the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Great song.
It is a great song. Actually,
Yes.
when that came out, I remember that being the best part of the entire movie.
Whatever you do.
Nice. There it is.
I'll be 2 steps behind. I sang it like a whole octave lower, though.
But
My
but
voice
it's good.
is up to par right now. Because
It's good. See, what I don't understand about cover songs is why people really try to sing the exact same song that was sung
Same
before.
way, exactly.
Yeah, so you like try it. Try
Yes,
it. Throw
instead
it
of
out
doing
there.
it the Def Leppard, where I could be like, whatever you do, I'll be 2 steps I don't want to try it. My voice will crack right now.
That's
I haven't had enough
awesome,
sleep.
man. That's awesome. Right now, all the girls are like, "Oh, that's." Oh.
Well, for the girls who
I
were
was
in
getting
Malaysia
some
with
chills.
me-
I was getting some chills, man.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't
Aw.
I wasn't ready to
Maybe that's what
enact
Serena
a
meant.
smooch-o-meter or anything
Maybe
like
that's
that.
what Serena meant on Twitter. She says that my voice is sexy.
Ow.
Well, I didn't know my voice was sexy, but now I know.
See, when
If
I
a dude
think,
can admit it for me, then yeah.
but I always thought a sexy voice was like low, hey baby, but like
I mean, that could be sexy to certain people, but to me, that's very
not sexy.
not sexy, but not. I don't want to say not sexy, but very overwhelming.
Okay.
Hey, baby.
Maybe that's what women.
very
that's what
mellow.
people like. They like to be overwhelmed. Watching the movie. Hey, you were going to tell us before we get back to the movie. You were going to tell us what your superhero
I thought about it. I
thing
thought about
would
it
be.
because since my high school years were so much fun, I'd want to be an American Pie.
American
in
Pie.
American Pie, the first one, not
Okay,
the sequel
okay.
or the third or fourth. American Pie #1, when they go to band camp and all the
Okay.
experiences, the beach parties and everything. That would be fun for me.
And what kind of superpower would you like to bring into that movie? Because that was part of the
I-
question too. Yes, you have to have a superpower in American Pie.
American Pie. I can read the minds of every female
That
in the movie.
would be awesome.
Yes.
It would be awesome. I changed my movie. I would like, because we were talking during the break, and The Breakfast Club.
That's a great film.
Would be awesome to be in.
Yes, I was in detention so many. That's a bad thing for me. People to know. I was never suspended, but I was in detention, and detention was fun.
Oh, we
With
really
the right group of kids.
It can be a lot of fun.
It was
can be
fun.
a lot of fun. Watching this movie is also there is some fun parts in it. Just to go back
Can
to
you mention
Jack
a few right
Slater,
now?
I can.
All right.
You know, like there's because the movie takes place in a movie, and because Jack Slater is this movie character who's in a movie. See, that just confuses me anyway. Anyway, there's a lot of other movie characters who are actually in this movie. Like you see the guy Terminator 2, the bad guy from Terminator 2, who's played by Robert Patrick.
Yeah, great actor.
You see him in the movie. He like comes out of the police station. You see Sharon Stone, who played in Basic Instinct.
Okay.
And Basic Instinct came out around that same time.
Okay.
Too. So she's in character as the woman from Basic Instinct as she comes out of the police office. You also see Ian McKellen. He plays Death in this movie, which is quite funny.
The writers really had a hard time with this because they had to time it right when other movies were coming around the same time.
It really was. It was actually a pretty creative thing. There was a few references to I think it was, what was that movie with the rabbit? Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
That movie came out, and there were a few references. I don't know if it was
when you said rabbit, I was thinking Dick Tracy for some reason because they had the same kind of like costume.
that part. See, there's this cartoon character in the movie. It's like part Dick Tracy character cartoon thing and part Roger Rabbit. I don't know who the character was supposed to be.
Okay. I ought to rewatch this movie.
Right. I don't know who it was supposed to be representing, but anyway, it's an interesting movie. There's some definite funny parts in it. As that, there's certainly lots of mayhem. There's lots of blowing up and people flying around and parts getting.
Of course, if the superheroes in it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you know, there's some pretty funny scenes where there's a. I don't know if I can say this word on air. Am I allowed to say like fart on air?
I'm allowed to say that. It's
Okay.
not a bad word.
Okay, well, I'm going to say fart because there's a guy named LaFart who has a bomb. He's got a gas bomb, like
That's why his name's
embedded.
LaFart.
You know, the bad guys try to get revenge on all the other bad guys by planting this gas bomb inside of a dead guy named LaFart.
I just think it's funny that before Mike said his name, he couldn't decide if he could say it on air, so he actually lifted his butt to signal to me, am I allowed to say this? I'm like, you better not do it while we're in the studio.
This is a little bit closed area. I think if that happened, it would
Yes, I would have to
probably-
evacuate the premises. Alrighty.
Yeah, there's some other funny stuff. Great Arnie one-liners.
Okay.
You know, he keeps saying, "I'll be back," and the kid keeps preempting him and saying, "No, I know, stop, you'll be back." You know, it's like, and Arnie gets kind of depressed because like, you keep stealing my line. You know, it's kind of funny. I don't know what it is, but like movies where Arnie repeats or references other movies is really kind of a trend that he does often, especially
film.
late. Yeah, in this film there are some references. I know in movies that he's done, you know, The Expendables. There's a lot of references. I talked last week about The Expendables, and there's a lot of references about other movies that he's done. He's got this new movie coming out, The Last Stand, which you said that you had auditioned for. There's actually a scene in it where one of the characters picks up this sword, and it's Conan's sword. It's the same Conan sword from the original Conan, which was Arnold Schwarzenegger's first real movie.
I think that's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing to do for films.
It must be that and one-liners. I was thinking about this. I was like, who invented one-liners? It has to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He invented a lot of things.
It really did. Like,
Think about
I'll
it.
be back. And can you think of any other?
Hasta la vista,
I'm going
baby.
to throw this out to our tweeting and listening audience. What is your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liner?
Oh, that'd be creative.
Yeah, I want to know. Because
Yes.
the guy's got zillions of them.
Tweet that to us, tweet that to Mike, and tweet that to me, please. We're very interested. But before you go, it's time to let you go.
It is time to let me go. And,
So you have to give us that puncho.
yes,
not a smoocho
yes,
meter, but a
not
punchometer.
The punchometer. There were like
Not a fartometer, but
a pangometer. There were some interesting parts, as I said, to the movie. So I really didn't like the movie. I'm just going to say that. I would give it a zero punch combination. Which
no.
Yes, I would. It was that bad. Again, to Mr. Munsu, I love you. I want to hear from your other movies that you like. I really do. But this movie just didn't jive with me very well. But because the movie does have some good music in it, it has some really good music
Great
in
music.
it, actually. I can't give it a zero punch, so I can only give it a wimpy, soggy, one punch combo.
I thought you were going to say half.
No. No. It's a wimpy, soggy one-punch combo, and here's what it sounds like.
Wow. There you have it. That's what Mike Jones gave Last Action Hero today. It was a wimpy one punch.
A wimpy, soggy.
Yes, wimpy, soggy one punch.
Get away.
Like one of the kids the kid's getting bullied at school, so he gets one punch in, kind of.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
There you have it, guys. And with that said, we got to say bye to Mr. Mike Jones.
Have a great week, everybody.
And we have a great song from you from the movie, and this is Big Gun by AC/DC. Check it out.
Bye-bye.
That was Big Gun by AC/DC from the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Right now, I'm going to read some messages from Twitter. We have Hasta la vista, baby, Arnold, Lion. I like. That's from Mary Ann on Twitter. We also have one from BFFJ Walker's Asiatic. She wrote, any movie where he had minimal lines, to be honest. I guess Terminator then. Ha ha ha. Thank you very much. And with that said, it's time to close the show off already. I know you guys are probably thinking it's too short. Brian just got back from Malaysia. That's why I need to go home and sleep. So you guys, I want to request or play a requested song. This is actually sent in by an email. And this is from Momoko. She wrote, I hope you in good health. This past weekend, I got some great news. My son was accepted into university. Manze! So I'd like to make a request. I'd like to hear Wild Thing from Major League. Momoko. Alrighty, then we have that set up for you right now. And this is Brian Ju signing off. But stick around. We have 1013 Main Street with An Jung-hyun. And check it out. This is Charlie Sheen, the movie that he was in 1989, Major League. This is Wild Thing by X. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.